Before I begin, I would like to tell you something very personal about me and about this channel. I want to know the truth, and I want you to know the truth. No matter how ugly, how crazy, how devastating the truth is, we deserve to know the truth. And I'm here to deliver that to you. With that being said, here's what I have.
Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would have killed him myself.
You would have killed him yourself.
As a man, if you're not getting shot at, you're not doing the right things. If they're not coming at you in the news, you're not doing the right things. If they're not saying you're a bad person, you're not doing the right things. If they're not trying to lock you away, you're not doing the right things. If they're not trying to shut you up, you're not doing the right things. As a man, the #1 marker you have of monumental success and being on the correct path on this planet is haters, doubters, and enemies who are trying their very best to stifle your efforts. That is the easiest way to look yourself in the mirror and know you are doing the right thing.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
The assassination of Charlie Kirk has already been surrounded by noise. Some say that it was random violence.
Gang violence.
Great.
And others say that it was targeted, fueled by ideology or hate.
We can all celebrate because something really awful happened to a really, really awful guy.
And some believe it was orchestrated for political reasons.
So he was killed by some higher power. And that higher power wasn't God. It's somebody higher than us. Somebody that controls everything that we don't know about.
There are a lot of theories, but I want to cut through that. I want to show you the hard evidence that's out right now. And these are the facts that I have on the table. The biggest question America is asking right now is who killed Charlie Kirk? Kirk was on stage at Utah Valley University, addressing a crowd of about 3,000 people during his American comeback tour. Midway, a single rifle shot him in the neck. The crowd panicked. Security rushed him off stage, and his death was confirmed shortly after. Authorities say that the shot came from the rooftop of UVU's Luce Center, about 140 to 240 yards away. Seconds after, witnesses' video showed a figure sprinting across the rooftops. The FBI released images of a person of interest. Dark long sleeve, hat, polo low, sunglasses, slipping into nearby woods, and has put a $100,000 bounty reward for any information leading to the shooter. Several people have been detained and questioned. One was released after interrogation, but no charges have been filed. The killer remains unidentified. The weapon recovered. An older imported Mauser pattern bolt action rifle, chambered in .30-aught-6, found wrapped in a towel in the woods near the campus as an escape route. Investigators found a spent casing in the chamber, 3 unsuspended rounds in a magazine, plus a palm print, a shoe impression, and a forearm print. The rifle and ammunitions are now at the federal lab for analysis.
Turned him in. His father turned him in. That's what happened. Unclear if his father wanted the $100,000 bounty on this guy's head, but a $100,000 reward, and his father turned him in.
They got him, folks. He has been arrested. At least Donald Trump believes the correct person is currently in custody, and a family member helped convince
this individual to turn himself in. Now, it makes you wonder if the $100,000 bounty from the FBI had anything to do with it. Mind you, the FBI didn't post a little $10,000 or $15,000 bounty for Charlie Kirk. No, they used the same amount of a bounty that they used for the 2008 Times Square bombing or other top 10 most wanted individuals. Not months after a crazy manhunt looking for this guy. Within 24 hours of the shooting, they posted a reward of up to $100,000 to find the Charlie Kirk shooter. And now, I don't know if it's related to the $100,000 or not, and that's a lot of money, but I don't know if it's related to the $100,000. But let's just say a family member has allegedly helped turn in the individual. Apparently, the family member, like a mother or father, helped talk to the individual and convince him after talking to a minister from a church that the right thing to do was to turn himself in.
I liked him. Guilty, I would imagine. That
we covered when we went through. Boy, we are still shaking over this. This is scary. This is Donald Trump's announcement, by the way.
I hope he's going to be found guilty, I would imagine. And I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did, Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this. He worked so hard and so well. Everybody liked him. I've been watching. Even the left is having a hard time. They fired this guy Dowd from MSDNC, who's a terrible guy, terrible human being. But they fired him. I hear they're firing other people.
He was the individual. I could pull it up in a moment, but
Former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, a survivor of political violence herself, said, "The murder of Charlie Kirk breaks my heart. My deepest sympathies are with his wife, his 2 children, and friends. No family should endure this." President Donald Trump called Kirk's death a dark moment for America, commended it as a hideous assassination, and vowed to award Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Across the political spectrum, leaders voiced their outrage. Utah Governor Spencer Cox labeled it as a political assassination. Even Democrats who clash with Kirk's ideology commended the violence, warning America cannot normalize political killings. Charlie Kirk was 31, a husband, a father of 2. Beyond the headlines and heat, there's an empty seat at the dinner table tonight. How did they do it? The rifle was built for precision. The shot was surgical. The setup was cold. The assassin fired from a rooftop vantage point about 200 yards away, roughly 2 football fields. 1 round aimed at the neck, and it connected. A 30-aught-6 cartridge at that distance stills carry over 2,000 pounds of energy. Enough to drop a deer instantly. Enough to end a man's life within a single strike. And here is where it gets chilling. Here's where it gets crazy. About 32% of Americans owns gun, and only 13% own rifles. And of those who own rifles, just 3 to 6% of owners have Mauser type bolt actions 30-aught-6. Only a fraction, 25 to 30%, practice at 200-yard distances. To put it all together, less than 0.2% of Americans could have realistically owned that rifle and have the skills to make a precision neck shot at 200 yards. That wasn't a lucky squeeze. This was deliberate. It was precise. It was chosen.
Was Charlie Kirk killed instantly? I'm a forensic scientist and a former CSI. I got this question on a recent video, so let me explain. Now, obviously, he was transported from the scene and he was briefly listed as critical at the hospital. But functionally, I think he died pretty much immediately.
And now comes the hardest question of all. Why? Why did they do it? Charlie Kirk wasn't just another speaker. He was a symbol. Founder of Turning Point USA, a mobilizer of young conservatives, a close ally of Donald Trump. To supporters, a rising star. To critics, a dangerous voice. Early reports suggest the recovered cartridge carried engraved ideological markings, referenced to transgendered and anti-fascist. Governor Cox called it a political assassination. Trump went further. And I quote, "This wasn't just an attack on Charlie. It was an attack on America's values, on free speech, on our movement. We will not be intimidated. We will not be silenced." Still, the motive is unconfirmed. Was Kirk targeted for political revenge? Was it ideology? Was it personal? An enemy using politics as cover? For now, investigators don't know.